So sometimes we go through chapters in life where everything just feels sticky, difficult, and ultimately everything starts to feel like it kind of sucks. And I've made this video for people who are in that chapter of life. And so if you kind of feel like things kind of suck right now, this video is for you. I'm PJ. I've been a professional photographer, a carpenter, a corporate person. I've had various careers over the last so many years, and ultimately I'm going to make these videos for people like me. And I'm a dad of two, I've got a mortgage, and the idea behind these videos is that I'll cut out the bullshit and I'll get straight to the stuff that works. And so today what we're going to do is cover something called the inversion exercise. And the inversion exercise is a principle that people like Charlie Munger use, who's a multi-billionaire. What we're going to do is use this inversion exercise to create a list of problems in a specific area of our life. And by making this list, we can then start to inverse each part of that problem. And so for today, I'm going to walk you through it. And what we're going to do is start with one specific area. I'm going to use money today because it's such a big one, but you could use your health, you could use relationships, and we're going to pick one thing that we want to work on in our life. And so we're going to jump in now. And the idea is we simply draw a line down a page. You can do this in a notebook. And then we're going to draw a little heading section. And we're going to start with a statement or the main title for our problem. And so we're going to do today, I never have enough money. And so this is the problem area that we're going to work on today. And in the left-hand column, we're going to write everything that kind of sucks right now, everything that we don't want. So we're going to put, I do not want. And then in the right-hand column, we're going to think of the inverse of each one of these things we're going to write down. So I'm just going to write inverse. You could think of this as your ultimate ideal outcome to the thing that we're going to write on the left. So we could start with, I'm broke at the end of every month. And now we've got that down. So this takes a little bit of work because we really need to boil down the things. And I would sort of encourage just doing an exhaustive list here. So if it takes you 2 pages and then you scale them back to the things that are really causing you pain right now, I would do that. So I'm going to start with this one and I'm going to use it as an example. So if I'm broke at the end of every month, what's the inverse of that? It would be something like, I have money left over at the end of every month, or I save money every month. But you want to pick something that really hits for you emotionally. So I'm going to write, I have money left over Okay, so that's our first one. And we could tackle a belief statement now. So we could say something like, I don't trust myself with money. And so if we currently don't trust ourselves with money, what do we need to do to find the opposite of that? Maybe we could say that money doesn't control us, we control our money. What we're going to get to in a minute is each one of these is an area of focus. And so if money doesn't control us anymore, so we don't feel like we've got the tax man on our back and we've got unpaid bills and all of this stuff at the end of the month that causes anxiety, that's sort of bubbling away in the background the whole time. If we start to believe that money doesn't control us, we're starting to create some leverage between us and our problem. And so that we can start to look at ways how we could control our money. So that might be even setting up little pots or spaces that we can allocate a little bit of money. And I did this myself. So every time I receive some money from a client, even if it's $1 or whatever your currency is, you just take a small amount of that income and you place it into different places of savings. And it could be the smallest amount. But what you want to start to do is find ways to counteract your current belief so that you're creating a new belief. And so the next thing we could do is, I can't get out of debt. And so if we can't get out of debt, a lot of the time, all we're thinking about is debt. And so we're being followed around by this shadow, which is debt, debt, debt. And so to get out of this, what we want to think about is, what's the opposite of I can't get out of debt? It is, you can go really far or you can go really close. So if we go really close, we can say, my debt is reducing every month. And that might be more helpful than saying, I have no debt. Because what we want to do is create something that allows us to work on the problem. I can't remember what I said. I can't get out of debt. My debt goes down every month. And so now we have something that we can use as a target inside this bigger goal. So what we're doing is two things. We're breaking down I never have enough money, which we can't do much with, into specifics. And then once we have the specifics, we can start to work on the inverse of those specifics. And so I'm just going to leave it at those three for today. And once we've got down everything, this list for you might be very long, and that's okay. But what we want to do is start to boil this down into something that we can really work with. And so what we want to do under here is draw a line underneath. And what we want to do is create a statement of our new truth that we want to believe by using our positive list. And so we're going to get all of this down into a cohesive statement here. And this may change slightly, so you might decide to shorten this or to pick the ones that you really want to focus on right now that would create the biggest impact in your life. And then ultimately what we want to do is, once we have got our statement down based on this list, is we never want to think about this ever again. We pretty much want to delete this from our minds, because at the moment this is causing contraction and fear. And once we step out of that and we start to think about the things that we can do, we start to become more productive around our problems specifically. And what I would suggest doing with this statement is putting it on a card, putting it in your wallet, writing it on a piece of paper, printing it out, putting it on your bathroom mirror, put it everywhere you can see it, so that this becomes your number one priority. So what you want to be doing is looking at this constantly throughout the day. You might want to repeat it to yourself, especially in moments where conflicting information is making you feel like you ultimately aren't living this right now at all. You want to be looking at your statement even more when that happens, because what you're trying to do is bend reality to a more favorable set of circumstances. And the way humans have always done this for thousands of years is to get granular about the things that are in their way and to solve problems using the inversion technique. Is a really powerful way to do that. And so that is ultimately it for today. The lesson is, we define the problem, we break it down into specifics, we inverse those specifics so that we have something that we can work on, and then we create a new reality statement for what we want to achieve or experience next. And so we can then start to take action on this list, which is where discipline comes in. So we have to start to look for ways. But it shouldn't be hard, because what we're doing is we're creating something that we actually want. This is based on real problems that you're experiencing right now in your life, rather than just picking some random crazy affirmation that you found on the internet. So we don't want other people to dictate our goals. Our goals need to be personal. How do our goals become personal? It's ultimately through there being a personal factor. It has to be related to a pain that we're experiencing. That pain becomes your power, because you're driven and motivated to move away from pain, as we always have been as a species. And this will drive you so much more than the idea like printing out a mood board or a dream board or a vision board, because it's going to have a direct impact on your life. And the issue is, if you're putting huge things down on your vision board, or you have this goal of being a multimillionaire, but you can't pay your bills right now, your nervous system won't accept that as real for you. It will almost treat it as risk and stress, and therefore you start to not act. And so your actions ultimately just become ineffectual, or you're not taking any action at all, which is procrastination. Because your nervous system knows, wait a minute, that's not safe. What am I going to have to do to get from 0 to $100 million? It's too much of a jump. So what we want to do is move in concentric circles of growth, which is where we focus on picking one area of our life that needs improvement. And once we've done that, we pick another area. It might be body, relationship, and this could take a year. This could take longer than that. It could take shorter than that. It ultimately depends on how much you come to believe this statement. And the more you ultimately come to believe this statement is going to be true for you, or it's actually already true for you right now, you just need to act, the quicker this is going to happen. You'll be able to collapse time much, much quicker and achieve that goal much more quickly. And so that is it for today. If you like this video, just give me a subscribe or a like. It helps more people like you find me. Like you find me. That sounds good. I'm going to keep that. And thanks for watching if you got this far. Incredible.